Our planet, Earth, has a history as old as time itself. It is a story of cosmic collisions, fiery beginnings, and the slow, patient emergence of life. Imagine a time before Earth, a time when our solar system was a swirling cloud of gas and dust. This was the solar nebula, a vast expanse of cosmic debris left over from the death of an ancient star. Within this nebula, gravity pulled particles together. Slowly, these particles began to clump, their combined gravity drawing in even more material. Over millions of years, this process called accretion formed larger and larger bodies. Among these were the building blocks of planets called planetesimals. These planetesimals, drawn together by gravity, collided and coalesced. Each collision released tremendous energy, heating the young Earth. Molten rock flowed on the surface, while lighter elements like hydrogen and helium formed a thin, early atmosphere. The early solar system was a chaotic place, with planetesimals of all sizes hurtling through space. One such object, roughly the size of Mars, slammed into the young Earth. This cataclysmic collision ejected a massive amount of debris into orbit. This debris, bound by gravity, eventually coalesced to form our Moon. The early Earth was a harsh and unforgiving place. The surface was a molten sea of magma, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets. Volcanoes erupted with ferocious power, spewing lava and gases into the atmosphere. The atmosphere itself was a toxic mix of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and other volcanic gases. There was no free oxygen as we know it today. Temperatures were scorching hot, and the landscape was a desolate wasteland of volcanic rock. Despite this inhospitable environment, the stage was being set for life. The constant bombardment of comets and asteroids delivered water and other volatile compounds to Earth. These compounds, trapped within the planet's interior, would later play a crucial role in the development of life. As the Earth cooled, the molten surface solidified into a thin crust. Water vapor in the atmosphere condensed, forming the first oceans. These early oceans were acidic and hot, but they provided a crucial ingredient for life as we know it. The question of how life arose from the primordial soup is one of the most fundamental and enduring mysteries in science. While we don't have all the answers, we do know that life emerged remarkably early in Earth's history. The first life forms were simple, single-celled organisms called prokaryotes. These organisms thrived in the harsh conditions of early Earth, obtaining energy from chemical reactions in the environment. They were able to survive in the absence of oxygen, relying instead on anaerobic respiration. One of the most significant events in the history of life was the evolution of photosynthesis. This process, which allows organisms to harness energy from sunlight, transformed the planet. Early photosynthetic organisms called cyanobacteria released oxygen as a byproduct of their metabolism. This oxygen, initially released in small amounts, began to accumulate in the atmosphere. This had a profound impact on the planet, paving the way for the evolution of more complex life forms. The rise of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere was a pivotal event in the planet's history. Oxygen was toxic to many early life forms, and its accumulation led to a mass extinction event. However, it also paved the way for the evolution of more complex oxygen-breathing organisms. As oxygen levels rose, the atmosphere transformed. The ozone layer formed, shielding the surface from harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. This allowed life to colonize the land, which had previously been too hostile. The increase in oxygen also allowed for the development of aerobic respiration, a more efficient way to obtain energy from food. This metabolic pathway provided the energy necessary for the evolution of larger, more complex organisms. With the stage set by oxygen, life was poised for a dramatic leap forward. The Cambrian explosion, a period of rapid diversification of life, was about to begin. Explosion of life, the Cambrian period. The Cambrian period, which began around 541 million years ago, marks a turning point in the history of life on Earth. During this time, there was an unprecedented explosion of diversity, with most of the major animal phyla appearing in the fossil record. Before the Cambrian, life had been dominated by simple, soft-bodied organisms. However, the Cambrian saw the emergence of creatures with hard shells, skeletons, and sophisticated sensory organs. This period is often referred to as the Cambrian explosion due to the rapid pace of evolutionary innovation. The reasons for the Cambrian explosion are still debated by scientists. Some theories suggest that changes in ocean chemistry, such as an increase in calcium levels, may have played a role. Others point to the evolution of new genes that allowed for greater complexity in body plans. Regardless of the cause, the Cambrian explosion had a profound impact on the history of life. It marked the beginning of a new era, one in which complex, multicellular organisms would come to dominate the planet. The reign of giants, dinosaurs. Following the Cambrian explosion, life continued to evolve and diversify. One of the most iconic groups of animals to emerge were the dinosaurs. These reptiles, which first appeared in the Triassic period, went on to rule the Earth for over 180 million years. Dinosaurs were a diverse group, ranging in size from tiny, bird-like creatures to gigantic sauropods, the largest land animals to ever walk the Earth. They occupied a wide range of ecological niches, from swift predators to lumbering herbivores. The reign of the dinosaurs came to an abrupt end around 66 million years ago, when a massive asteroid collided with Earth. The impact triggered widespread wildfires, tsunamis, and a global dust cloud that blocked out the sun. This catastrophic event, known as the Chicxulub impact, led to the extinction of the dinosaurs, along with many other plant and animal species. The Age of Ice. Following the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals, which had coexisted with dinosaurs for millions of years, began to diversify and fill the vacant ecological niches. This period, known as the Cenozoic era, is often referred to as the Age of Mammals. The Cenozoic has been characterized by a series of ice ages, periods of global cooling that resulted in the expansion of glaciers and ice sheets. These ice ages had a profound impact on Earth's climate and the distribution of life. During glacial periods, vast areas of land were covered in ice, sea levels dropped, and temperatures plummeted. These changes forced plants and animals to adapt or face extinction. The ice ages also played a role in shaping the landscapes we see today, carving out valleys, lakes, and mountains. Humanity's entrance. Amidst the grand backdrop of Earth's history, a new species emerged: Homo sapiens. Our ancestors, evolving in Africa, possessed a unique combination of intelligence, adaptability, and social complexity. These traits allowed them to thrive in a variety of environments and eventually spread across the globe. Early humans were hunter-gatherers, relying on their wits and skills to obtain food and shelter. They developed tools, language, and complex social structures. They created art, music, and stories, expressing their creativity and understanding of the world around them. Around 10,000 years ago, a profound shift occurred in human history: the agricultural revolution. Humans began to cultivate crops and domesticate animals. This led to settled lifestyles, the rise of villages, and eventually the development of cities and civilizations.